You are eating in my house? Alero's mother asked. You are not ashamed of yourself. Leave my daughter alone. You have wasted her time enough. Mama, we are working towards. Splash. Water landed all over Jerome's body. Man, please, I want to marry Alero. Just give me a little more time. Time? 6 years is not enough time, Abi. Fetched man. Hissed, clicking her teeth. Just then Alero came out from the kitchen. Jesus. Mama, what did you do? Oh, Mama, why now? I have told you several times to let Jerome be. I love him. Baby, I'm sorry, okay? It's fine, I understand. I will take my leave now. Hey, love. Welcome to the story segment with His Majesty. Please subscribe to my channel. It means the world to me. Also turn on the notification for more amazing stories. Now sit back and relax. Let's delve into the story. Alero stood by her bedroom window that Saturday evening, watching the street slowly awaken. Hawkers arranged their wares. A neighbor's generator coughed to life. Somewhere far off, a church bell rang with the promise of hope, a hope she could no longer feel. She was in her late 20s, light brown skin, soft features, beautiful in a gentle way that didn't beg for attention. She had a good job at an insurance firm, earned well, drove her own car, minded her business. To the world, she was doing fine. Her mind was wandering when her mother walked inside. Mummy welcomed. Good evening, Ma. What is good about this evening, Alero? Alero, how old are you now? Your mates already have 2 children. Some have finished having children SEF. Look at me, going to my ancestors without seeing my grandchildren. Alero, when will you make me happy like other women? You see this? A CB? If for Mama Nkechi's daughter, she is getting married next month, and I am just coming from Mama Osa's house. She is preparing for Omugwo. Osa's just had twin boys. Twins, Alero. Congratulations to them. Oh, Alero said with a voice barely audible. She started sobbing. Alero, please. Make me happy like other women. Let me carry my grandchildren before I join my ancestors. It's okay, Mama. You know I have a man. We are working towards that. Really? She cleaned her eyes with excitement. Who is he? You know him now, Mummy. Why are you acting like that? It's Jerome now. That one? Is he a man? Alero sighed. That had been what she heard every time for the last 3 years. She dropped her phone on the bed and walked out. Mummy, good morning. Is it a good morning when a woman your age is still jumping around like small girl? Alero rubbed her forehead tiredly. Mama, please, not today. Her mother hissed. If Jerome is serious, let him come and marry you. If not, find another man or I will do that for you. Men are plenty. Alero swallowed the sharp pain that always hit her at the mention of Jerome. Jerome Oduma, her first love, her only love. They had met in the university, when both of them were still dreaming big dreams the country later snatched from their hands. Jerome was brilliant, hard-working, kind, but life was beating him like a drum. He was still struggling to find footing, still chasing job applications, still believing something would open someday. Alero understood him, loved him, chose him, but her mother never hid her hatred. Mama, Jerome is trying. Trying? Trying will not pay bride price. Trying will not give me grandchildren. Alero, stop defending a man that has no future. Alero blinked back tears. It was too early for this. Her phone buzzed. Jerome. She stepped aside and answered. Hello, love. His voice came warm, gentle. Are you okay? You sound stressed. Alero exhaled shakily. Mama is starting again. Jerome was silent for a moment. Baby, I know it's tough. I know she doesn't like me. But please, please don't let her words affect you. I'm not leaving you, she said softly. We've been together 6 years. Exactly. Her mother's voice came behind her, thin and sharp. 6 wasted years. Alero ended the call immediately. Mama, please, she cried. Her mother threw her hands up. Where is that your friend Lucy? Tell her to introduce you to serious men. Not this your Jerome that has turned you into prayer warrior. Alero felt the tears come. She turned and ran to her room, locking the door behind her. She pressed her palm against her chest. Why was love becoming a burden? That evening, Lucy dragged her to an even, one of those outdoor receptions with canopies, loud music, and perfumes mixing in the air. You need fresh air, bag, Lucy insisted. They left around 8 p.m., laughing as they walked toward a roadside to hail a cab. The air was cool, the street lit with yellow bulbs, and for the first time that day, Alero felt lighter. Then a sleek black SUV slowed in front of them. The tinted window rolled down. A man, handsome, clean-cut, well-built, smelling of money, leaned forward. "Good evening, ladies," Lucy whispered under her breath. "Fine man alert." "Can I drop you off somewhere?" he asked, eyes lingering on Alero with interest. "No, thank you," Alero said politely. He smiled, unfazed. "My name is Kelvin." "We're fine," she added quickly. He shrugged playfully. "It's okay, but I hope this is not the last time I'll see you." She walked past without answering. Lucy laughed. "My dear, that man is fine, oh. I have Jerome. I don't need trouble." Lucy sighed in admiration. But sometimes temptation is handsome. The following week became a nightmare. Alero's mother began sharing her number like raffle tickets. Church aunties, neighbors, old classmates, anybody with a son abroad. Talk to him. Mama ordered, shoving her phone at Alero. "Mama, I don't want." "Take the phone before I lose my temper." Then came the final straw. Jerome and Alero quarreled. She had gone to his apartment for weekend. Jerome noticed she was unusually quiet. "What's wrong, Alero?" She sighed. "Jerome, when we get married?" He froze. She continued, voice cracking. "We've been dating 6 years. Mama is on my neck every day. Jerome, what are we doing?" He dropped his gaze. "Alero, you know I want to marry you. You know, but look around you. I don't even have a proper job yet. I can't even take care of myself properly. How do I bring someone's daughter into a life I haven't stabilized?" Tears filled her eyes. "So I should wait forever?" "I'm not saying that. Just give me more time." "How much time?" "Another 6 years." "Are you seeing another man, Alero?" The room went silent. "Excuse you?" Jerome opened his mouth to speak, but closed it again. She stood. "I'm tired." He reached for her arm. "Alero." She pulled away and walked out, tears streaming. Outside, the streetlights blurred in her vision. She felt foolish, heartbroken, angry. Why was love so painful? As she waited for a cab, a familiar black SUV rolled to a stop. "Kelvin." This time, she didn't refuse. "Are you okay?" he asked gently. She shook her head, unable to speak. "Come in," he said. She did. "What's wrong with—" "Beautiful lady like you should be in this mood." "I just had a rough day at work. Thank you." He dropped her at home and insisted on greeting her mother. Alero wanted to say no, but she was too exhausted. Her mother, seeing the fine man, transformed instantly. "Ah, you are welcome, my son. Please come in." Kelvin charmed her mother like a professional. He came again days later with flowers, wine, groceries, gifts Alero didn't ask for. Mama practically danced. "Alero, that is the kind of man you should marry. Not that good for nothing, Jerome." Alero buried her face in her palms. Everything was spiraling. She just quietly entered her room and locked her door. When Mama Alero finished entertaining Kelvin, he left. Jerome felt her pulling away. He became suspicious. One evening they fought again over the inn. He shouted, "You seeing someone else? You are leaving me." She broke down crying. Later that evening, Kelvin came by and take her out. He asked her to date him again, and this time she said yes. Lucy wasn't happy. "Alero, be careful. Something about Kelvin is too smooth." "I know," Alero said, but she was drowning in confusion. Kelvin proposed soon after, so fast her heart couldn't catch up. Her mother screamed in joy. Alero felt empty. Jerome, heartbroken and frustrated, finally got a job in another city. Good salary, a fresh start. He tried to call Alero to share his good news, but she wasn't picking. He left without goodbye. And Alero? She accepted Kelvin's ring, but her heart refused to rest. Everything changed the day she collapsed at work. Her vision blurred. Her chest tightened. The world began to dim. Co-workers screamed. Lucy called for help. Next thing she knew, she woke up in a hospital bed with oxygen tubes and monitors beeping beside her. The doctor's face was grave. You have a serious heart condition. It is deteriorating fast. Alero's world shattered. Her mother wailed. Kelvin rushed to the hospital, hugging her tightly. But the doctor's next words chilled the room. She needs major surgery, a transplant, and it will cost tens of millions. Alero cried silently. Her mother held her. Kelvin is here. He will help. Kelvin nodded slowly. I will try. I'll see what I can do. But when he left the hospital that evening, something in his eyes had changed. And that was the beginning of the test that would expose everything. Alero woke up in her hospital bed, feeling weaker than she'd ever felt in her life. Her chest ached, her breaths were shallow, and the sharp smell of antiseptics filled her nostrils. The ceiling above her was blurry, as though the world itself was refusing to hold her clearly. Her mother sat at the edge of the bed. Tears dried on her cheeks. Alero, my child, how did we get here? Alero whispered, Nana, Amidian. Her mother grabbed her hand, shaking her head fiercely. No, you will not die. Kelvin will bring the money. God will make a way. But in Alero's chest, hope felt thin. Later that afternoon, Kelvin finally walked into the ward, wearing a worried expression that didn't fully hide the discomfort underneath. He greeted politely, hugged Alero gently, and stood beside the doctor as they explained the cost of the surgery again. Kelvin's eyes widened slightly. This is a lot of money, he murmured. Her mother's face tightened. You said you will help us. Kelvin nodded slowly, forcing confidence into his voice. Yes, I will try. I just need to make some calls. I'll do everything I can. Everything in his tone felt shallow, like someone telling a lie they had rehearsed badly. Alero watched him, her heart breaking in places the illness couldn't reach. Later that evening, the doctor approached Kelvin privately outside the ward. They spoke quietly, but Alero could hear enough. Her condition is critical, the doctor said solemnly. She needs a transplant within days, not weeks. Kelvin swallowed. Is there any other option? Only the surgery. Okay, Kelvin whispered. He left the hospital that night with a promise to return the next morning. He did not return. 3 days passed. Alero's mother called him, but he said he is still trying to get funds. Lucy called him. Nothing. No answer, her mother said, voice trembling. He's not even calling back. Alero stared at the ceiling with tired eyes. Even heartbreak felt heavy now. Maybe he's busy at work, she whispered weakly. Her mother shook her head. Busy? When your fiancé is dying. God forbid. By day 5, Kelvin's silence became an answer on its own. Lucy arrived at the hospital furious. This is wickedness, she spat. Let me go by myself and remind him that karma has a big stomach. She grabbed her bag and stormed out. Alero watched her leave through the hospital window. She wanted to cry, but had no tears left. The medication made her numb, but her heart carried the ache clearly. Her phone vibrated weakly beside her. A message from unknown number. She grabbed it, hopeful, but it wasn't Kelvin. It was Jerome. Alero, I know we haven't spoken in a while. I just want to say I miss you. I hope you're doing okay. She stared at the screen until her vision blurred again. She tried to type back, but her fingers shook violently. So she dropped the phone. Her mother picked it up. Who is that? She asked. Alero didn't answer. Her mother glanced at the phone, saw the name, and froze. Her lips tightened. Jerome, she muttered, almost angrily. After everything. Alero cut her off. Mama, please leave him. Her mother sighed heavily. My daughter, you don't need Jerome right now. You need Kelvin. He is the one you're marrying. Alero looked away. Marrying? Was she even sure she'd live another month? Lucy returned that evening with fire in her eyes. That boy Kelvin is a disgrace, she shouted, ignoring the quiet of the hospital corridor. Alero and her mother both looked at her anxiously. Lucy exhaled shakily. I went to his house. Alero's heart kicked painfully. Lucy continued. He wasn't sick. He wasn't in trouble. He was... She clenched her fists. He was with another woman. Drinking, laughing, enjoy himself like nothing is happening. Alero closed her eyes. For a moment she wished the news could kill her faster, so she wouldn't have to feel this pain. Her mother gasped. What kind of wickedness is this? He left my daughter to die. Lucy nodded. When I confronted him, he just waved me aside. He said he had no money for any surgery, and that he is not ready to risk millions for anybody. Alero's mother collapsed into a chair, wailing loudly. God! God! What kind of man did we welcome into this house? Alero didn't cry. She simply turned her face toward the window and let the world blur again. The betrayal was deeper than tears. Later that night, as the room grew quiet, Lucy stepped outside to make a call. Lucy, Jerome, you need to come. Alero, she's very sick. Jerome went silent. Lucy continued, voice trembling. Her condition is bad. We don't know how long she has. Jerome inhaled sharply. Which hospital? Lucy told him. He didn't say goodbye. He simply hung up and booked the next night bus. Jerome arrived at the hospital early in the morning, eyes red from tears and sleepless travel. His shirt was rumpled, his shoes dusty, but his heart was burning with fear. When he walked into the ward and saw Alero lying pale and fragile on the bed, something in him broke. Alero, oh God! Alero, he whispered. Her eyes fluttered open. She gasped softly. Jerome? He moved closer, kneeling beside her bed. Tears dropped from his chin onto her hand. Why didn't you tell me? He asked brokenly. She smiled weakly. You were trying to build your life. I didn't want to be a burden. Burden? Jerome whispered. Alero, you are my life. Her mother watched quietly, guilt settling onto her shoulders like a heavy cloth. For the first time, she saw Jerome not as a poor man, but as someone whose love was raw and real. Jerome spent the rest of that day making frantic calls. Friends, cousins, old classmates, neighbors. Everyone had a problem of their own. Nobody could lend the millions needed. When he ran out of options, he slid down the hospital corridor wall and cried. Loud, broken sobs that shook his whole body. Lucy found him and held his shoulders tightly. Don't give up. She needs you. He wiped his eyes and went back to Alero's bedside. He held her hand until she fell asleep. He stayed awake all night. The attack came the next afternoon. Alero suddenly gasped for air, clawing at her chest. Machines started beeping wildly. Jerome jumped to his feet. Doctor, nurse, somebody help. Her mother screamed. Lucy ran for help. Doctors rushed in. Nurses moved fast. Jerome stood frozen, tears pouring down his face, whispering, God, please, please don't take her. Please. Minutes later, they stopped. The room went quiet. I'm sorry, the doctor said softly. We lost her. Silence. Alero's mother collapsed on the floor, wailing. Lucy screamed. Jerome let out a cry so deep it echoed through the entire ward. At that moment, his phone rang. His office. He ignored it. It rang again. Then came a message. If you don't return soon, you are fired. He looked at the phone with empty eyes. I don't care, he whispered. Hours later, another message came. You are hereby dismissed. He slid the phone into his pocket and held Alero's cold hand. Life had never felt so cruel. Lucy later tried calling Kelvin. He didn't pick. She texted him. Alero is dead. 40 minutes later, Kelvin was outside their house, crying loudly like a man who had suddenly discovered his conscience. Her mother pointed at him with trembling anger. You, get out of my house. Wicked man. Jerome and Kelvin ended up sitting at opposite corners of the living room, surrounded by mourners. Everyone cried. The night of the wake-keeping arrived. Wails rose. People prayed. Candles burned. Then suddenly, there was a scream. Someone pointed toward the hallway. A figure walked into the living room, slowly, softly. It was Alero, alive, and breathing. Everyone scattered, chairs falling, people shouting Jesus, and running outside. Only Lucy remained where she stood, smiling. Alero raised her hand gently. Please, I am not dead. Gasps filled the room from those brave enough to return. Her mother fainted. Kelvin froze in fear. Jerome stared like a man seeing a ghost. Alero stepped forward carefully. It was a test, she said. When Kelvin proposed marriage and I was having issues with Jerome that I got confused, I told Lucy and she suggested this, and it worked. It cleared all doubts. She turned toward Kelvin first. The doctor, Lucy, and I planned it. I needed to know who truly loved me. Kelvin's mouth fell open. Alero, you tricked me? Tricked? She asked softly. I was dying. You abandoned me. Murmurs filled the room. Kelvin tried to defend himself, but her mother shouted, Leave this place before I disgrace you. Kelvin was thrown out in shame. Alero turned to Jerome. Her eyes softened. You came back. You fought for me. Thank you for loving me even when I didn't deserve it. Her mother placed a hand on Jerome's shoulder. I wronged you. Forgive me. Jerome nodded, eyes wet. Just then his phone rang. He answered carefully. A voice said, Mr. Jerome, after reviewing your case, we want you to return to work. Your job is restored. Everyone shouted in joy. Her mother hugged them both. Take all the time you need. My daughter is alive. That is all that matters. And in that room, surrounded by candles and tears and renewed hope, Alero finally felt peace, the peace she had been begging life for. The morning after the wakekeeping felt unreal, like the whole world had shifted overnight. The birds still chirped. The sun still rose. But everyone who witnessed Alero's return from the dead walked around with faces full of awe and unfinished questions. Inside the house, the atmosphere was calmer, but still thick with emotions. The long night had drained everyone. Yet, beneath the exhaustion was relief and a strange new peace. Alero sat on the couch in the living room, wrapped in a warm shawl. Her mother stood near the window, staring outside as if replaying the entire night in her head for the 100th time. Jerome sat quietly beside Alero, holding her hand like he never wanted to let go again. Lucy paced the room, talking to herself. This girl almost gave me hypertension, she muttered under her breath. Alero smiled faintly. You're welcome. Lucy threw her a look. Don't you're welcome me. You put me through fire and brimstone. The room erupted in soft laughter, the first real laughter in days. But beneath the laughter was something else, a lingering heaviness, a truth everyone was avoiding. Alero's mother breaks the silence. Alero's mother turned away from the window and faced them. Alero, she began, her voice shaking slightly, you almost broke me. Alero lowered her gaze. Mana imsuri. No. Her mother raised her hand gently. Let me talk. She took a deep breath. When I thought you were gone, I realized something I refused to see for years. The room went silent. She continued slowly, deliberately. I pushed you. I pressured you. I made you cry because I wanted grandchildren. I wanted society to stop mocking me. I wanted the world to say, Mama Alero has done well. Her voice cracked. But I forgot you were a human being. My child. My only child. Tears rose in her eyes, but she blinked them back. I chased Kelvin because of his money, thinking he would save you, but I was blind. Very blind. She turned to Jerome. And I insulted you simply because you were struggling. But last night showed me what I refused to see. Jerome tried to speak, but she stopped him gently. You are a good man. You showed the kind of love money can never buy. Lucy wiped her eyes with her scarf. Mama, talk to us gently. We are emotional people. She joked softly, sniffing. Everyone laughed again, but the weight of the moment remained. Alero's mother walked to her daughter and placed both hands on her cheeks. From today, I will never force you, never pressure you, never make you feel less. Your happiness is my happiness. Alero burst into tears and hugged her tightly. Mama, thank you. Jerome looked away respectfully, swallowing the lump forming in his throat. After a while, Jerome cleared his throat. I need to say something too. Everyone turned to him. He looked at Alero, his eyes soft with honesty. I wasn't perfect either. I was scared. I didn't have money, and every time people asked me when I was getting married, it felt like they were laughing at me. He sighed deeply. Alero, you have always been patient with me, but I kept postponing everything because I didn't want to marry you without being able to provide. Alero squeezed his hand. Jerome, I never asked for perfection. I know, he whispered, but I wanted to give you the life you deserve. So I kept delaying, thinking it was a responsible thing to do. Alero shook her head gently. Jerome, love is not a decorated house or a big bank account. It is presence. It is sacrifice. It is showing up. Jerome blinked fast to stop the tears. Lucy clapped. Somebody give me tissue a beg. Love won't finish me here. They all laughed again. Just then, voices and footsteps were heard outside. Alero's mother stepped out to see what was happening and gasped. 3 elderly aunties, her sisters from the village, had arrived with wrappers tied across their chests, dramatic expressions on their faces. Alero's mother. We came as we heard the terrible news. Where's the body? Did you cook the mourners? Who is collecting condolence money? Before Alero's mother could explain, Alero walked outside. The aunties froze. All 3 screamed at once. Jesus. Alero's ghost. I am finished. One of them almost jumped into a flower pot. Alero raised her hands. I am alive. It was all a misunderstanding. Lucy burst out laughing, so hard she had to hold the railing. The aunties immediately changed tone. Alero, I knew you could not die. Death cannot take a fine girl like you. We told people you are too strong for sickness. Alero's mother rolled her eyes. A beg, stop lying. Everyone laughed. Later in the evening, Alero and Jerome sat quietly outside, watching the orange glow of the setting sun. For a moment, neither spoke. The soft wind carried the scent of roasted corn from a nearby street. Children were playing somewhere in the distance. Life was happening, peacefully this time. Jerome finally broke the silence. Alero, what do you want now? She looked straight at him, her voice calm but full of clarity. I want a life of peace, love, understanding, and I want you. Jerome exhaled shakily. Are you sure? Jerome, she said, touching his cheek softly. When I thought I was losing you, I realized everything else meant nothing. He swallowed hard. I want to marry you, she continued. Not because of pressure, not because of age, but because I choose you. Jerome looked overwhelmed. He gently took her hands. I love you, Alero. I always have. And now, I will never waste time again. Alero smiled through tears. From the doorway, Alero's mother watched them, her heart lighter than it had been in years. Lucy stood beside her and whispered, If they don't marry this year, I will scatter this compound myself. Her mother nodded. Same here. They both burst into laughter and went inside. As the evening deepened and the compound quieted, a new presence would soon arrive with news no one expected. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to our channel. Ladies, please, don't succumb to pressure of getting married at a certain age. Take your time. Forever is a long time to be unhappy. Please don't forget to like and share. Also comment and please subscribe. See you in our next story segment with His Royal Majesty. Shalom.